Okay, let's get you up to speed with some disturbing news over the weekend that poured in from Bengaluru, which otherwise is supposed to be this cultural melting pot. But an Australian couple was terrorized in Bengaluru this weekend, and their fault, a tattoo of Hindu goddess Yellamma on the leg of the man. Now, a group of people harassed the couple even threatening to skin the young man's leg for sporting the tattoo of the goddess. According to reports, the incident happened Saturday afternoon when Matthew Gordon and his friend Emily Casino, both from Melbourne, were confronted by the group about the tattoo.
What do you want me to do? Take it off.
Certain other people also sitting in that hotel have observed one tattoo which was there on his leg, a tattoo of one of the goddesses. So for which they had objected, and at that time there was some kind of an argument on which the police got to know about this and they have reached the place. As alleged by the foreign national, if there was any kind of an abuse and harassment by the crowd as well as by the local police, so definitely the Bangalore City Police will take that matter very seriously.
Well, let's cut across live to Bengaluru, where Rohini Swami joins us with the latest. Rohini, take us through the sequence of events. How did the crowd spot this statue, and how did the couple eventually manage to sort of break free from this crowd?
Well, it all started in a restaurant where they were sitting. The student, along with his, the Australian student, along with his friends, were sitting there. And while they were there, a group of people who were also there noticed that on the shin he had tattooed the picture of goddess Yellamma. Now, these groups, they walked up to this student and said that he should not be sporting this openly in public, especially when it is on his shin, because this is a time of festivities and people's religious sentiments could be hurt. And while they were talking and they were trying to communicate, they say in their broken English, the student also did feel offended, and there were an exchange between the two of them. And this later what happened is that we have seen that the police were called in, and then both the parties taken to the police station. Now, there are two versions to this. The Australian student saying very clearly that he was threatened, and it was said that the group that came up to him, that is Ramesh Yadav and his group, they threatened to skin and remove the tattoo if he did not cover it up. But when we did speak to Ramesh Yadav, he said that there was no such conversation at all. Rather, they had actually tried to explain it to them that religious sentiments could be hurt and that he should cover it and walk around. And later, when they were taken to the police station, the police tried to bring a compromise between the two, because the police say that they both were at fault. One is the fact that here there is a group that is who had walked up to somebody and threatened him. At the same time, abusive language was used by the student, and that also insulted the other group. And that is why a compromise was reached upon, and a complaint was not filed at that point of time. But now that the issue has come up and has taken this proportion, now it is expected that a lawyer will step in and file a complaint to the Australian student and his friends.
Okay, so perhaps what you're suggesting here, Rohini, is that both sides seem to be at fault as far as this particular story is concerned, that the student also, in fact, responded back with abuses, is the version that you're hearing right now. But is the student still in Bengaluru? Does he study in Bengaluru, or was he visiting the city just for some vacation?
No, the student does not study in Bangalore. Rather, they are visiting here, and they were here till February next year. But the point is that now they are expected to leave a little early after this incident, and they feel that they have been the fact that they have the student in his allegation that he's been threatened says that he does not want to take action immediately, but yes, he feels extremely unsafe in the city, and that is why he would like to leave as soon as possible.
Okay, but Rohini, also tell us as far as now the legal action in this entire case is concerned. What will be the next step really? Is the police looking at filing formal complaints?
Yes. See, the police can take it up suo moto, but what the police have said as of now, the stand that they've taken is, if they find that there is some kind of a case that can be built up, then they will definitely file a case, because when the issue came to the police station and both the sides were spoken to, both the sides were found at fault, and that is why a compromise was reached upon. But what we are given to understand is the students could be taking the help of a lawyer and filing a police complaint in Ashoknagar police station, but that is yet to happen. But the police are looking at this issue, and they've spoken to both the parties, and investigations are on to see what could be done if a formal FIR can be filed or not.
Also, Rohini, as far as these people who sort of cornered this man are concerned, are they simply locals, or do they have any sort of political affiliation? What do we know about them?
Yes, they are locals and they do have political affiliation. They do belong to the BJP and are also local BJP members. And while they were there at that point of time, that is what the police said, that they had no right to walk up and take onus about this kind of issue. Rather, they should have allowed the person to be. But yes, when this incident did happen and when the altercation happened, because it took an ugly turn in terms of exchange of words, which was absolutely obscene, that is when the issue went out of hand, and that is why it reached to this level.
So Rohini Swami, stay on with us. Let's just get the viewers who are joining us at this point on the broadcast to tell them that these are visuals of a young Australian couple that was terrorized in Bangalore this weekend, and you know, one of the images that you see on our television screens is really the tattoo which this young Australian has on his legs, and this apparently is a tattoo of the Hindu goddess Yellamma on the leg of the man, and this is what was at the center of this entire controversy when locals spotted this tattoo while he was at a restaurant in Bangalore with another friend, and and this couple in fact was then cornered by more people who poured in, and they even threatened to skin the young man's leg for sporting the tattoo of the goddess. But as Rohini says, that there is more versions, of course, to this story, that the other version also seems to suggest that the student who replied back with perhaps some more abuse, which led to this confrontation brewing up. The students, Matthew and Emily, they are from Melbourne, and they were soon surrounded and threatened that their legs would be skinned to remove the tattoo. Rohini continues to be with us. So, you know, according to reports, the group there then forced the man to apologize for hurting their religious sentiments, and the couple were even forced to write an apology as well. So perhaps it was after a written apology that the matter was in a way sorted out. But Shiv Arur, our news editor, joins us now on the phone line. Shiv, you know, while Rohini says that perhaps this young Australian couple also retorted with abuses which led to further, you know, higher sort of pitches and tempers. But it's disturbing the way there is just so much of anger everywhere, it seems, in large parts of India now. Shiv, can you hear us? We will have to try and reconnect to Shiv. Looks like he's not there with us. And also joining us from Bengaluru is Pramila Nisargi, who's also been an activist. Ms. Nisargi, can you give us your views on this entire incident in Bangalore?
See, of late, you know, Bangalore is becoming notorious for all such incidents. I can't really understand what is happening in Bangalore. Every now and then we hear such stories, either a rape on a minor child or somebody is taken away and gang rape is happening. This is repeating day by day. And this is one such incident where an Australian lady has been made a victim. And for what? Having a tattoo? I can't really understand. Religious tolerance is a must in any country, but more so in a democratic country. And we believe in the democracy and our constitution. And that means that, you know, I can't really understand what the mentality of people and harming our ladies. And look at they say that we'll take an apology from that man. Why? Does it solve the problem? It does not. Would it mean that it will give justice to the lady? No, certainly not. He must not only be investigated and punished and in accordance with the Indian law. Even if the diplomatic law comes in the way, the external affairs minister must look into it and then they must be punished.
Okay, for now, many thanks for sharing your views and perspective on this entire incident, Pramila Nisargi there.